Warm up. You know, any athlete, you know, in sports, it's got to warm up before it starts the big game. Because you can't play unless you're warmed up. All right? So how do you warm up? How does a Jew warm up? With a nigun. All right? So since the women can't warm up, they'll warm up here. Say shakol, say a bracha, and warm up. Okay? You join me. Does this come off? How do you take this? There you go. Just right like this. Because I'm active when I darshan. And sometimes I jump around. So I need this in my hand. This is impractical to jump around with the golem here. It's like somebody learning to dance, they dance with a broom. So we start. Yum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum 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 bum. Yum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba bum 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 bum. Yum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba bum 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 bum. Yum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba bum bum bum. Yum ba ba bum ba bum ba bum bum. Yum ba ba bum ba bum ba bum bum. Ay 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 and let's go past. Everybody feel good? Good, yes. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Have you ever heard, we're speaking tonight, Mark and David asked me to speak about tranquility at the time of growth. Now, Bali Chuvas, they are specialists in growth. You know why? Because Bali Chuvas, David called me the master of the military marshal. That's it, right? But really, I'm not the master of the military marshal. The Rabboni Shalom is. If you ever see in Chumash Bamidbar, it's all military shpach. Tzvaot Hashem, the armies of Hashem, Anshe Elohim, the reservists, Machane Yisrael, Degel Machane. It's like the whole Tzadbin in the army. It's all army talk. And so we're just continuing the Mashalim that Hashem started. Now let me ask you a question. You have a king, and he's got a very dangerous mission. And he's got to go behind the lines of the enemy to kill the enemy king. Now, if he would do a frontal assault, he could lose 1 million soldiers. So what does he do? That's ridiculous. He takes one commando. He does a commando mission to put a commando behind the lines. And the commando's got to go in the king's palace. And the commando's got to pull out his Beretta and at close range blow the enemy king apart. So what does he do? Who's going to do this mission? Who's going to succeed in doing this mission? He's got to get the best and bravest commando that he can send behind the lines, and the guy's got the initiative to act on his own, and he's not going to give up, and the king knows that if he gets difficulties, he's going to find the way to go to the right, go to the left, and to have faith, to persevere, and continue, and to accomplish the mission. So who's the king going to send? He's going to send somebody from the supply corps? You know, he's going to send one of the radio men, one of the drivers? No, he's going to send the best special forces commander we has. You know who I'm talking about? All of you people. All the neshamas right here in this shul are Rabbi Shalom's commando. And sometimes the Baal Tshuva gets down on himself and says, why did the Ribono Shel Olam not give me? He didn't have another place in Bnei Brak or in Mea Sharim. Why did I have to break my cup and go through all the problems that I did, going against the stream like a salmon? Everybody's against me. My boss is against me. My mother-in-law's against me. My parents are against me. My own kids are against me. Or my boyfriend, or everybody's against me. Ribono Shel Olam, you didn't have one more place in Mea Sharim. You didn't have one more place in Bnei Brak where I could have been born. No. But that is for the cooks and the drivers. You see, the neshamas that are born into Yerushalayim, that are born into Bnei Brak, and that are born into Mea Sharim, they're the neshamas. They have a tiny little correction. Okay? And they're neshamas, they can't stand big pressure. But the neshamas that are born in Minneapolis, and in LA, and in Passaic, and in Silver Spring, and Miami Beach, those are neshamas that got to go way behind the lines. And they have to fight their way, and the Ribono Shel Olam knows that they're going to go, and they're going to kill the enemy king, the Yetzer Hara. And he knows these are brave, courageous, and capable neshamas, and these are the commandos of Ribono Shel Olam. And a lot of times you will hear, excuse me, I'm going to talk Hamish. I'm going to talk really Hamish, because I feel at home. We're talking about Tshuva Shplach. These are things that I wouldn't say on the outside. But in beyond BT, I'll say a lot of things that I won't say on the outside. Okay, because we're talking about Tshuva Top. So a lot of FFBs will come and say, oh, no, you don't need to climb so fast. Oh, take it easy. What are you putting a shaitel on? Take it easy. What do you think you're going to learn in Koilel half a day? What's he talking about? Hey, listen, you're a cook. I'm Special Forces. Get out of my way, man. I do things, the cooks don't do what we do. The cooks, they don't learn how to dive 100 feet underwater. They don't learn how to jump out of helicopters. They don't learn how to jump out of airplanes. They don't wake up in the morning and go up in a C-130. It carries you out 15 miles into the water, and you get thrown out at 4:30 in the morning out of a plane with a parachute, and you got to swim back to shore with your boots and your parachute with clothes. It's not bathed in clothes, and it's in the winter, and the water's cold. And this is what Ribono Shel Olam, this is the training he does. And this is what we're going to talk about, tranquility and growth. What tranquility and growth? People think, what, Ribono Shel Olam is killing me. Why is Ribono Shel Olam putting 3 Muda Grismo? What's going on here? And it's very simple. Because in order to be, I see the whole thing. I went through my particular path in life is just to show people as a mirror that I'm not me, I'm you. We're brothers. We're brother and sister. We're brother and brother. Just like me as you. Okay? And there is not a person in this room that minimum, if you don't believe in miracles in Hashem, look, I'm the biggest miracle in Hashem. Because I was so far in the mud before I made tshuva, you can't imagine. It's the biggest miracle. If the Lazer Brody looks like this, it's the biggest miracle. And anybody in this room could be Lazer Brody 10 times more. All right? If Lazer Brody can make X amount of Baalei Tshuvas in the world or do X amount of things in the world, anybody in this room could do 10 times more. You have no idea the fantastic potential. Why? Because I made tshuva in Eretz Yisrael. I was so stupid that the Ribono Shel Olam had to put me through what was nearly a World War III in order to wake me up and make tshuva. And looking back, there were a lot of chances before that. And I wasn't smart enough to make tshuva until I really had the Malach HaMavos staring right in my face. Like I say, he was in my face. And I looked at my watch, and I said, Brody, you got 90 seconds to live. Better straighten up. And there was nothing more than turning to Ribono Shel Olam. Okay, that's it. Nothing left to do. But you people over here in America, you weren't in Israel. And you weren't faced with the Malach HaMavos. And you had the sechel and the courage to make tshuva with everything that's going in northeastern, liberal United States in the 21st century. This is unbelievable. That's why I say there is not a person in the room that can't achieve at least 10 times more than what I've achieved. Okay, you can do it. You have the potential. And the thing is how to realize this potential. So first, let's see what the trials and tribulations, what they say the Yisurim, that Hashem has given all of us. All right. So if you have a guy, he's walking down the street, and he sees this Israeli soldier, with the red beret, the paratrooper beret, as the special forces go on a black beret, and most of it don't go even with insignia. In my unit, we didn't walk around with insignia, because we didn't want people to know who we were and where we were. We just most of the time walked in jeans and sweatshirts. But somebody that's walking, let's say a paratrooper, he walks with his red beret and his parachute wings, and he's got a unit citation, and people look, hey, this guy's cool. This guy's cool. I want to look like that. Okay, so you don't go into the Army and then sign in and get your red beret and get your paratrooper wings. You got to sweat for that. You got to work hard for that. It's the same thing with the Baal Tshuva. Okay, I want to go, and I'm going to come from the Yetzer side of the fence, and I'm going to come to the Kedusha side of the fence. First, you got to go through basic training. Then you got to go through advanced infantry training. Then you got to go through NC school. Then you got to go through officer school. Then you got to go through company commander school. The Rebbeinu Shalom has an entire training program for his Bali Tshuvas. And that is what all the smacks in life are for. The Rebbeinu Shalom is not punishing by giving all the difficulties from the mother-in-law, the difficulties in Parnosa, the difficulties in educating kids, the difficulties of being a salmon going upstream. This is all to make us stronger to do our job. And just imagine, I'll give you an example. And now we're going to talk about how to be tranquil under pressure, under any circumstance. Okay, let's take two different people. One guy is walking on the street, and all of a sudden, somebody grabs him and schleps him into a gym. And they put him in a ring. And here this coach gets in the ring, and he starts, and he, boom, he gets hit in the face. Hey, what's going on here? And he gets hit, looks, and puts your face. Boom! Hits him again. What's going on? Why are you hitting me? And he starts going, hitting the guy off the street. And they're hitting him, and they're smacking him. And the more this guy gets hit, the angrier he's getting. What did I do to you? Why did you grab me on the street? What are you hitting me for? Now let's take somebody else. We're going to hold the first guy. We're going to take the second guy. The second guy is a graduate of Rutgers. Okay, he was on Rutgers boxing. He's a contender to be on the U.S. Olympic boxing team. And he goes in the ring. He's competing to make the Olympic team. And the U.S. Olympic boxing coach is testing him. Okay? So he's testing his guard. Boom, hits him one. Tests him again, hits him again. All right. Every time this guy gets hit, he's taking it lovingly. He's not even getting angry because he wants to make the team. Right? And he knows that if he withstands the hit, and if he could stay in the coach in the ring for 5 minutes, he makes the team. Okay? So he doesn't bother. The first guy has no idea why he's getting hit. The second guy knows exactly why he's getting hit. The first guy is angry, under pressure, tense, stressed out, completely. Give me the Zoloft. Why are they hitting me? Hey, second guy don't want any Zoloft. He says, give me the orange juice. I need the vitamin C. I need the protein. And it's the same with us. When we, as Bali Tshuva, look at our difficulties in life, that Hashem, the coach, is helping us do what we need to do, and we go through life tranquil. Now, from this night, remember this night, this is the Shatzer's York site tonight, the Meltzer of his grandfather. So just saying, the same as the Shatzer Zaydid, Reb Shalom of Shatz, London, he was a big tzaddik. Tonight, off base, Teves, this is your site. So remember tonight, the 22nd of Teves is the last night in your lives that you're going to worry. Remember this, no more worry. For the rest of your lives until 160, you're not going to worry. Because now that we know, I can elaborate on this, but there's so much to talk. And I would really spend with this group, we could spend 10 hours. There's so much I want to bring over, and so much. But you have to boil everything down. Okay, but the most important thing in the time of growth, that all the time, and don't stop growing. Don't let anybody, especially, any local Rebbetzin or local Rav, say, no, go slower. Only your personal Rav, only your personal spiritual guide can tell you go slower. Don't ever let a stranger go slower. Because what does the Parshas Tshuva say? Shuvu ad Hashem. In other words, we have not finished making tshuva until we've got to Hashem. So some guys will say, hey, listen, Baal Tshuva, go slower. What are you putting on a black hat? What are you buying a sheitel for your wife? What are you doing this? Get out of here, buddy. Get out of here, buddy. You sell vacuum cleaners for the Lazer horror. You're not selling my house. Get out of here. I want to talk to you. Okay? Door-to-door vacuum cleaner. You're door-to-door salesman, the Lazer. And that's Amalek. What's Vayikocha? That Amalek cools down the emunah. It cools down. Don't let anybody cool you down. A Baal Tshuva has to be on fire. Because if you're not on fire, you can't influence anybody else. There's a story about the Chofetz Chaim. The Chofetz Chaim has had his Mendel. Mendel was the Balan in Rodden. Mendel took care of the mikveh in Rodden. And the Chofetz Chaim used to tovel every morning. He used to dunk in the mikveh every morning before putting on tefillin. Okay, Chofetz Chaim, people say, Chofetz Chaim used to act just like a Rebbe. Chofetz Chaim, not a day in his life went by without mikveh. So one day in the winter, he dunks in the mikveh's freezing. And he says, Mendel, why is the mikveh? Mendel had a little kettle where he would heat up water and then take buckets of boiling hot water and put it in the cold mikveh to heat up the mikveh. Okay, but Mendel says, the Rebbe, I'm sorry, I didn't have enough wood, and the kettle is lukewarm. Chofetz Chaim says, Mendel, from a lukewarm kettle you can't heat up a mikveh. And my Rebbe, Mori Rabbi, the Melitzer Rebbe says, from a lukewarm yid, you can't heat up another yid. You can't do kiruv. Rabbi Noach Weinberg says every Baal Tshuva should do kiruv. Everybody. Even if a person who's been a Baal Tshuva only for 2 weeks, he should be mekarev a guy that's been done tshuva yesterday, or hasn't done tshuva at all. Okay, we are all Hashem's commandos. The Baalei Tshuva is all Hashem's commandos. Hashem expects from us, for everyone in his own neighborhood, this one in Patterson, this one in Ridgewood, this one in Passaic, everybody's got to do the work. Now, how are we going to get rid of worry? Because by putting worry aside, we can use our energy into serving Hashem. All right, now that we realize, and if everybody wants to realize really, 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 how everything that happens to us is for our best. I'll give a plug. Okay, I'm still listening. But the Trail of Tranquility, chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you learn them and internalize them, then nothing will faze you anymore. Everything is for the best. There are so many stories I could tell how everything Hashem does for the best, but we have to limit. Let's talk about worry, because we're going to put stress aside. I don't want to hear about anybody in this group, any of the family, any family members, no shrinks, no pills, no garnish. Because what the shrinks do with the pills, and this is fire. It's like an epidemic in North America, especially in Jewish North America. I hear all the time about it. And one of my hobbies I love to get people out of the hands of shrinks and out of pills. And the people that are saved, I can't believe it. So many people spend between $800 and $1,000 a month on the visit to the shrink and the pills, and it's ridiculous. Now, why do they take pills? The Prozac and the Zoloft and all that. When a person isn't doing what's best for his neshama, the neshama gets upset. Okay, so if the neshama is upset, the person really what he needs is tshuva. Okay, so he doesn't want to make tshuva. Why? Because he wants to go to the beach or wants to watch the ball game on Shabbos. Okay, so he's deciding what he wants to do, then decides truth. First we decide what truth is, and then decide our actions according to truth. Okay, so the person says, better make a tshuva, go to the shrink. And the shrink says, he looks at this person, and this person's nervous, so he gives him a pill to calm down. Now, why is the person nervous? Because the neshama is making an alarm. The neshama says something not right here. And all the Zoloft and all the pills, they just turn off the neshama. So that the body won't hear what the neshama is trying to broadcast. The neshama is saying, come back to Hashem. You come back to Hashem, you're going to feel great. Learn Torah, do the mitzvahs. This is what Hashem designed. Hashem is the designer. He's the chief engineer of the body and the neshama. And he wrote the owner's manual. And when you do what is written in the owner's manual, then you get the full warranty. The 5-year, 50,000 mile. Here, 120 a year, 120 million mile, guaranteed. And you do it. That's what a person does when he. Now, as far as worry, Hashem did not build us and did not design us to worry. There is no mitzvah in the Torah to worry. Look, we'll go the whole list of Ramach said 248 positive mitzvahs and the 365 negative mitzvahs. There is no mitzvah in the Torah to worry. So why do we worry? Okay. We are now going to learn 3 simple facts that are teach us not to worry. Okay, the David HaMelech, he teaches us in Tehillim. If anybody disagrees with me, you tell me. Work it out. Okay, fact number 1. David HaMelech says about Hashem, Elyon al kol haaretz, supreme on the whole universe. Okay, do we all agree that Hashem runs the world? Everybody agree to that? Okay, we're all in agreement? Okay, I've got a point 2. David HaMelech says, Kel rachum v'chanun. Hashem is merciful and compassionate. Everybody agree on that? Anybody got an argument? They didn't tell me. Hashem is merciful and compassionate. Everybody agree? Okay, good. The third that David HaMelech says in Ashrei, he says, Tov Hashem lakol. What does he mean, Tov Hashem lakol? Hashem is good to everyone. Now, if Hashem is good, we all know the story about the Baal Shem Tov. Why it's a mitzvah, Motzei Shabbos, to mention the Baal Shem Tov. Just by mentioning the Baal Shem Tov, everybody have good parnasa. But we all know that the Talmidim of the Baal Shem Tov, they couldn't realize the inyan of divine providence, Hashgacha Pratis, what it means. So the Baal Shem Tov told them, pick something in nature and I'll show you how every little thing in nature has divine providence. So it was October in the Ukraine, and the leaves were falling off the tree, and they followed a leaf.